In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on August 30th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Temple versus Oklahoma. The first full week of the college football season is finally here, and it features an intriguing non-conference clash between a team from the American Athletic Conference and a program that has recently made the transition to the Southeastern Conference. This matchup will take place in the Sooner State as the Temple Owls hit the road to face the 16th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners on Friday night. Temple is coming off a disappointing 2023 season, where they finished with a 3-9 overall record and a 1-7 mark in American Athletic Conference play. Unfortunately, this marks their 3rd consecutive season with the same 3-9 record. On the other hand, Oklahoma wrapped up their 2023 campaign with a strong 10-3 record, going 7-2 in their final season in the Big 12. Their season concluded with a 38-24 loss to Arizona in the Alamo Bowl. These 2 teams have only faced each other twice before, with the series split 1-1. The most recent meeting took place on November 21, 1942, when the Owls secured a 14-7 victory at home. Oklahoma enters this season with a talented roster that has the potential to make a deep run, especially as they navigate their inaugural season in the Southeastern Conference. Friday's game should be a relatively easy test for the Sooners, who boast an impressive defense and a sophomore quarterback, Jackson Arnold, who already has valuable experience under his belt. Additionally, Oklahoma effectively utilized the transfer portal to strengthen key positions, particularly on the defensive line. Given their track record, it's highly unlikely that the Sooners will lose this game. They haven't dropped a non-conference home game since 2016, and that loss was against a powerhouse like Ohio State. Oklahoma's offense is expected to dominate against a Temple defense that struggled to create turnovers last season, finishing with the fewest takeaways in the American Athletic Conference. The Temple Owls, on the other hand, are still undecided on who will start at quarterback, with 3 players vying for the position. As the old adage goes, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none, and this indecision could spell trouble for the team. Last season, the Owls committed the 2nd most turnovers in college football, and with many of their skill position players transferring out, continuity could be a significant issue for them come Friday. With a defense prone to allowing touchdowns and an offense that has a habit of giving the ball away, Temple is likely in for a tough night against the Sooners. Temple's struggles last season were evident even with a solid quarterback in E.J. Warner, the son of Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. However, Warner transferred to Rice, leaving the Owls with an unproven group of quarterbacks competing for the starting role. This uncertainty doesn't bode well for the program, especially against a top 20 team like Oklahoma on the road. While giving up 6 touchdowns is certainly a challenge, it's hard to rely on Temple's offense to do much in response. In their 2 games against power conference opponents last season, the Owls managed to score just 7 points each time, suffering blowout losses to Rutgers and Miami by a combined score of 77-14. Neither of those teams came close to Oklahoma's offensive firepower from a year ago. Although the Sooners may not have a wealth of returning talent, they still have enough weapons in the passing game for Arnold to exploit. Expect Oklahoma to pile up points and potentially score 50 or more, covering the spread by a comfortable margin. Therefore, the Oklahoma Sooners to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Sooners will likely aim to get on the scoreboard quickly in this game. While they do have some experience on their roster, they will want to help their sophomore quarterback settle in early. Although he played in the bowl game as a freshman last year, this is now his team to lead. Given the anticipated blowout, I expect him to play more than usual to gain valuable in-game experience. The home crowd will be eager to see points on Friday night, and I believe the coaching staff will oblige. Last season, the over hit in 6 of Temple's 11 games, as they struggled with one of the worst defenses performances in college football. Oklahoma, on the other hand, averaged an impressive 42 points per game in 2023, and the over went 8-5 in their games. Temple split their 12 games last season when it came to the total, staying under in 4 of their 5 road games. The only time they went over as the visiting team was in a 48-26 loss to Tulsa, easily surpassing the 55.5-point total set by oddsmakers. Meanwhile, Oklahoma went over the total in 8 of their 13 games last season, including 4 of their 6 home games, where they scored at least 50 points in each of those contests. Even with minimal contribution from Temple, Oklahoma has the firepower to push this game over the projected total. Expect a performance similar to last season's opener, with the Sooners delivering a dominant win that sends the total past the number. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Florida Atlantic versus Michigan State. Looking at the road performance of Florida Atlantic, the Owls have been far from impressive, with a dismal 1-20 record in their last 21 games against non-conference opponents. In contrast, Michigan State has been formidable at home, winning 6 of their last 7 home games against non-conference teams. While Florida Atlantic has made some offensive improvements, it's hard to see those changes being enough to overcome a Big Ten team that appears to be on the rise, especially with a new coach and an improved defense of their own. When analyzing the rosters, Michigan State appears to have the upper hand, particularly in the trenches, where games are often won or lost. The Spartans also benefit from the home field advantage, with Spartan Stadium expected to be loud and energized on Friday night. Florida Atlantic, on the other hand, has too many new pieces on offense to be reliable against a program with a significant recruiting advantage. Florida Atlantic's offense struggled last year, finishing 9th in scoring and 11th in yards among American Conference teams, and it's unlikely that everything will fall into place for them in East Lansing. On the offensive side of the ball, Michigan State will look to exploit a much smaller Florida Atlantic defensive line. The Spartans' game plan will revolve around physically overpowering Florida Atlantic, and this strategy is expected to be effective. While both teams will have new looks in 2024, Michigan State seems to have the edge in incoming talent. Jonathan Smith, known for turning struggling programs around, did it at Oregon State and is now expected to do the same at East Lansing. He has brought in a lot of talented players, and Michigan State's current trajectory seems far more promising. Meanwhile, Florida Atlantic doesn't attract the top-tier talent that other Florida programs do, and although Tom Herman is a solid coach, his squad faces a tough challenge in this matchup. I believe Jonathan Smith will want to set the tone for the season with this game, and covering the spread at home would send a strong message. Therefore, the Michigan State Spartans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of the over-under, Michigan State has a record of 1-4 in their last 5 games against non-conference opponents at home, while Florida Atlantic has an over-under record of 0-3 in their last 3 games. Last season, Florida Atlantic ranked 89th in scoring, while Michigan State was even worse, ranking 131st. Despite Michigan State's new quarterback, it's unlikely that they will score a significant number of points, and they should be able to hold back a Florida Atlantic offense that may need some time to adjust. Given last season's performances and the heavy influx of transfers on both sides, the defenses are likely to be ahead in this game. Michigan State only averaged 16 points last year, the second fewest in the Big Ten, while Florida Atlantic managed 24 points, ranking 9th in the American Conference. This game should also feature a lot of running plays, which will keep the clock moving. Although neither defense is perfect, they are both returning their leading tacklers, providing a solid foundation. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.